we wanted to provide a little more detail about exactly what you get when you purchase one of our forms. Consider this the fine print. When you purchase a form, you will receive 6 hours of support. 1 hour of that support will be set aside for a call so that we can gather requirements from you and discuss customizations. The remaining 5 hours will be for us to install the form on your site, make the customizations, and just test everything out for you. So in case you're curious about some of the customizations that can be made, let's go through some of the different options that you have. So included in the purchase of your form is the configuration of one submit connection. This will be the connection that submits the form to a library in your SharePoint site, and then tells it which columns from your form or which fields from your form are promoted to columns in your list. Do you have lists of all your divisions or departments or employees in SharePoint? Well, with the purchase of this form, that includes 2 received data connections, which means that we can connect to SharePoint lists on your site that contain items such as departments, divisions, regions, etc. We can connect to those lists for you and pull that information into drop-down menus in your form. Also included with your form are 6 general field changes. That may mean that you just want to change the name of a field. You may want to change the type of a field. So for example, instead of being a drop-down list here, maybe you want it to just be a text box that you can enter data into. Or maybe you want to change the location of a field. So you want to move this to a different view or a different part of the form. Those are all general field changes. Also included are 6 new fields. So maybe you want to add an attachment field or a status column or just something outside of what comes with the form. We can add up to 6 new fields for you. The form also includes 3 levels of approval, and you will be able to define what those levels of approval are. In the example here, we have supervisor, department VP, and VP. So those would be the things that you could change. Maybe it should be manager, CEO, etc. During the requirements call, you can let us know what levels of approval that you want, and we can set those up for you. As far as rules on the form are concerned, you will have the option of choosing 4 validation rules, 4 formatting rules, and 6 action rules. This will be in addition to the rules that the form already comes with. Some examples of validation, formatting, and action rules are as follows. A validation rule can be utilized when you want to make a certain field required depending on the condition of another field. So for example, if a user hits reject, you want the comments here to be required. So if they hit reject and they haven't entered any comments, they would receive an error and would not be able to submit. That's an example of a validation rule. An example of a formatting rule would be if a certain field was selected, let's say under division, then another field on the form may be disabled or hidden. So basically, depending on a condition, you can hide or disable certain fields in your form. You also have the option with formatting rules to bold, highlight, underline, or change the color of a particular field's text. An example of some action rules that you may be able to utilize includes switching views, setting a particular field's value, querying for data from one of the SharePoint list data connections, closing the form, or sending data to a web part on your page. So that's the fine print. Those are all the options you have available to you when you purchase one of our form products. For more information, please check out sharepoint.rackspace.com.